So for yours, there were a couple ideas I thought looked good, and I have a couple suggestions for you also. Going through each one, with this one, it looks nice, but this guy here, I'm guessing he is straight from your other thing here. Was it from here? So if anybody ever came across these little stock images or whatever, then I'm sure you would change it up a little bit, but he would need to be a little bit more distinct. This type here, the Bleeding Cowboy font, awesome font, but it's becoming a little bit overused. Like most people that see it, since it is such an awesome font, use it for stuff. So you wouldn't want to use it for a company font, since within like 2 or 3 years, you would see tons of other companies that are using this. And I just know that from personal experience because I love this font, so I see it everywhere. So just a heads up about that. This one I like, but in the past couple months alone from teaching this class, I've seen way too many logos that have just like the wings coming off of the type. So I would like to see something a little bit more unique for that. And plus, if you took out the name, then the wings couldn't really stand on their own and be distinct. So I want to see something that can stand on its own without the name of the company. For something like this, it's not bad. It could definitely work well as a logo because you don't have too many fine details. Like I think the silhouette of the Archangel works really well, but might be able to do something a little bit different. But that one's not bad. This guy, is he from over there also? Yeah, so that guy's from over there. So again, you would have to do your own work since this is already something that somebody else did, and whether it's copyrighted or not, if somebody ever came across this, it'd be kind of cheesy for their favorite skateboard clothing company to find out like that their logo came from something that was already created. So I want to see you do your own work for that, and whether you would get sued in the real world or not, I want to see you do your own stuff. This one isn't bad either. You did a great job, especially on the drawing of it and everything. So I think the lines are nice and clean. There might be some issues with the coloring of it, since there's all these little details with the lines on the wings and stuff. Then you're probably going to run into some issues when you shrink it down with all of those fine details and stuff. If you take a look at some of your competitors here, especially these two here are great examples of using really strong shapes to represent the logo itself and having like the letters for the company. Like with the Fallen, they obviously have like the double F that's reflected that makes up the logo, and then the DC, they obviously have flipped like that. So not to copy them, but these are obviously very successful logos. So one option that you could do is something like having the A's flipped like that. And again, this kind of actually looks a little bit like the Fallen logo, so make sure that it doesn't, you know, infringe on them any. But with something like this, you know, you could flip the double A's and then you have the Archangel, obviously, and then you could make it with the wing shape. And this I did really quickly, so it would need some tweaking. And again, make sure it doesn't look like the Fallen logo, since I didn't even realize when I was doing it that that looks very similar to it. But going back to yours, I think that these guys look okay, but like the two that you did were taken from there. And then this one I don't think was on... Oh, wait, yeah, he is. He's right there. Okay, so that kind of takes those three out of the picture because I want to see you do your own work. So this one's not bad, but has too fine a detail. And the only other one, this one, these two things couldn't stand on their own. So good ideas, but I want to see you do your own work. So maybe try and play around with something like taking the double letters and making it into the wings of the angel, something along those lines. Because especially since you can see that two of your competitors were successful doing something like that, then try and go that route. All right?